Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross play a chess game for $20,000. I've tried to break the game down so you can understand the moves even if you don't know much about chess. You can definitely see the reminiscence of Henry Tate in the way Andrew plays. This game is action-packed and full of attacking, so let's just get into it. So Aiden Ross has the white pieces and Andrew Tate has the black pieces. We're going to be looking at it from Andrew's side today. And Aiden Ross opens up with e3, and now this is called the Vant Curious opening, and this opening is very rarely seen in chess, especially at the top level. Me personally, I've encountered this only a couple times out of thousands of games, and especially at the very top level where professional games are played, it would be very rare to see this. Anyway, this is how Aiden likes to start his games. I mean, I'm suspecting he doesn't really know any chess openings, so he's going with this. So Tate goes d6 anyway, keeps it nice and simple, and now Aiden goes g4. Now this move isn't very good because when you're starting the game of chess, you want to try get your pawns in the center and you want to get your minor pieces on good squares. You want to develop your knights and your bishops. And normally you don't really want to touch these kind of pawns out here. So g4 kind of neglects the development of your important pieces or your important pawns, like your central ones and your minor pieces. And it kind of just ignores basic opening principles of developing the center. Tate here goes g6, quite common. The idea behind g6 is to put your bishop on g7, because as you see, this bishop can't go to g7 because there's a pawn there. So it's very common in chess. This is called the fianchetto structure, when you've got this little cone here and you put the bishop in. Aiden Ross makes a mistake and goes knight f3. You can try pause the video if you want and try work out why this is a mistake. The reason is simply because bishop g4. Aiden Ross has just kind of blundered a pawn here, and a crucial pawn, because now this knight is pinned. Notice how this knight can't move, or the queen would be lost, and the queen is worth way more than the bishop, so you wouldn't want to exchange it. And now bishop g2 is played, so Aiden's developing his bishop here, defending this minor piece, not too bad. And now Tate plays a very nice move. He plays e5, controlling the center. Like I said at the start of the video, in chess you want to try control the center, because the most value is placed on the central squares. Also, e5 comes with a nasty threat. h3 is played. Aiden is kicking Andrew Tate's bishop away, because now this, if you develop simply normally, then this bishop will be taken. That's why Tate goes bishop h5, keeps it on this nice diagonal. Notice how there's no g4 pushes here, so it's safe to put this here, because normally when your pawn's here and your opponent's played h3, you move your bishop back. Sometimes if there's a pawn here, you could get it trapped. And now b4 is played. This move isn't very good because it simply blunders a tactic, and Andrew finds this straight away. He goes e4 here. A better move may have been something like d3 to stop the e4 push. And now the problem is this knight can't move, because then you lose your queen. So for that reason, Aiden Ross can't really do anything. He just ignores all this and goes c4. Tate takes here. Bishop takes is taken, and now knight f6, queen e2, and now bishop g7 is played nicely. This bishop is developing to a nice square. Andrew Tate is developing his pieces, and now e4 is played. Now Tate simply castles. So Tate has developed all of his kingside, all his pieces are out. All he needs to do is develop his knight to finish his development. Tate's doing quite well in this position, and as you see, Aiden's got these two pawns here. His pawn structure is split. This pawn's isolated. His pawn structure is quite weird, and he's also up 3 pieces of material, so Andrew Tate definitely has an advantage. And now Aiden plays a horrible move. He plays e5. Andrew Tate can simply take this, and now d4 was played, and this is even worse because Andrew can simply take this pawn, and a4 is played. Tate goes rook e8. So in chess, there's something called a pin. You might not be familiar with it. Now this can't move because it would be in check. So I'm sure you know about the check rule. You can't move into a check. And now bishop e3 is played. So Aiden tries to save his queen. And now Tate takes this. Aiden takes back. And now knight c6 is played. Aiden instantly goes b5, just chasing this piece away. And now Andrew plays knight d4. The problem is, if this is taken, then we can simply take here, and we win the queen. So for that reason, this piece cannot be taken because you lose the queen, and it also hits both of these. This is called a fork, by the way. In chess, if you move your piece and it attacks multiple pieces at once, so wherever one piece moves, for example, the queen falls, and if this moves, then this is what happened in the game, then the bishop falls. So that's called a fork. When it's kind of like a fork. When you go to eat your dinner, you know, with the spoon, kind of just one straight piece, but the fork, there's kind of multiple branches, so it hit multiple things. Queen d2 is played. I think Aiden's trying to hold on to this pawn. But the problem is it fails to knight f3, and this is another fork actually, because as you see, it checks the king and it hits the queen. It hits two pieces at once. King f1 is played, and now Tate takes this, with the knight, not with the queen, because if you take with the queen, then Aiden can take back with the knight. Takes is played, and now queen d2 is played. And now Aiden plays a kind of a strange move. He plays rook h2, trying to attack this queen. Unfortunately, this loses a piece because this piece is not defended. So Andrew happily takes this, and I think he says something like, oh, you're just going to give me your rook. Aiden negates, that word? Negates.
This is the definition of negate.
And now Aiden simply ignores all of these strong pieces and his weak king and simply goes a5. Maybe he's trying to promote these pawns and turn them into queens. Anyway, queen e2 is played here, check. King g1 is played. King e3 is played, and now king h1. And now Andrew Tate goes bishop f3, check. And after king h2, try pause the video and find the mate in one that Andrew actually missed. So I'll let you try pause it. So if you did pause the video, or you didn't need to pause the video, you simply just draw it straight away, is queen f2. This would have been checkmate because the king can't go anywhere. If it goes here, it's in check. Goes here is in check, and if it obviously goes in these two squares, the queen is nicely guarding it. Andrew actually misses that. I think he's just maybe playing with his food because he wants to get a more brilliant checkmate. He goes queen e2. After king g3, I think in this position, Aiden was very worried about his position. And now queen g2 is played, check. And after queen h4, Andrew checkmates with the rook. I'm guessing he missed mate in one because he wanted to checkmate with the rook. Although, he actually could have checkmated with the pawn here. A pawn checkmate would have been more stylish. If Andrew Tate wanted extra style points, he probably maybe could have gone queen g5. This is the only legal move by the king to take. And after that, he could actually go rook e4. Cutting this king off from entering this file. And whatever Aiden Ross plays in this position, same with his rook, then Tate would have a nasty checkmate with the pawn on h6. I mean, that probably would have been the coolest checkmate here. But anyway, Tate goes for a nice rook checkmate. Anyway, that's the game, and I saw it on YouTube and thought I would make a detailed explanation of the game so all of you can actually understand what happened. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a likes up. And if you want to get better at chess, please subscribe. Be much appreciated. Thank you for your time and attention, and have a good rest of your day.